All right, let's dive right into this explainer and discover how transforming static travel maps into dynamic, AI-generated animations is going to completely revolutionize your storytelling. Viewers are actually 50% more likely to swipe away from static travel photos than moving video. So if you've ever felt like your travel content just isn't capturing the real magic of the journey, or if you're spending hours pulling your hair out over complex video editing software just to draw a simple line on a map, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're looking at how platforms like mapanimation.io can give your travels the pulse they deserve, saving you a ton of time while drastically increasing your audience engagement. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to start with Beyond Static Maps, move on to the AI Advantage, look at crafting the journey, dive into the engaging features, and then wrap it all up with a multi-platform strategy. All right, Section 1, Beyond Static Maps. Let's talk about the evolution of travel content. So here's the reality. Traditional travel content, it just isn't cutting it for modern audiences anymore. The old way, relying on static maps, plain slides, maybe a basic video clip, it gets the geography across, sure, but it completely lacks dynamism. It absolutely fails to convey the actual experience of moving from place to place. But then enter AI animated content. We're talking dynamic paths, immersive storytelling, and incredibly high engagement. This isn't just about making things look pretty, it's about serious viral potential on visually driven platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels, because you are literally pulling the viewer along for the ride. Moving right along to Section 2, the AI Advantage, focusing on efficiency and scalability. In the past, creating a dynamic map meant you needed serious graphic design skills. You were keyframing for hours, and it was honestly just a massive headache. But imagine if you could just type this. Animate a road trip across Italy, including Rome, Florence, Venice, and Milan. Use moving markers for each city, arrows for direction, color-coded routes for the journey, zoom-in transitions on major landmarks, and labels for tourist attractions. Right? With AI-powered tools, you simply define what you want. It takes what used to be a multi-hour editing nightmare and turns it into a scalable, professional output that doesn't require advanced software skills. Boom! Just like that, your descriptive prompt translates into a visual chronological timeline. The AI maps out day 1 in Rome to start the journey, moves smoothly to day 3 in Florence with a targeted zoom-in, continues to day 5, tracking Venice with moving markers, and concludes the road trip in Milan on day 7. Your audience isn't just staring at a flat image, they are visually pacing out a multi-city road trip right alongside you, intuitively feeling the distance and understanding the sequence. Which brings us to Section 3, crafting the journey, because we need to plan out this travel map animation. Look, even with powerful AI, a bad itinerary animated beautifully is, well, still a bad itinerary. So before you even open the software, you need to follow 4 key steps. Step 1, define your route. Make a clear list of the cities and landmarks you want to hit. Step 2, choose your key highlights. Not every single gas station needs a marker, right? Emphasize the attractions that truly matter. Step 3, select your animation features. Plan out exactly where you need those zoom-ins, markers, or arrows. And Step 4, storyboard the flow. You got to ensure it's a logical, engaging journey from start to finish. Let's dive into Section 4, engaging features. We'll look at the specific tools that actually drive engagement. So how do these technical features translate into actual storytelling benefits? Well, first, you have markers and paths, things like moving markers, animated points, and arrows. These let you track real-time journeys and visualize directions seamlessly. Then you've got camera controls, like zoom, rotate, and pan. These aren't just flashy gimmicks. They provide cinematic transitions and let you focus right in on key landmarks. And finally, fills and borders. By using labels and color-coded fills, you can differentiate regions instantly and clearly highlight important destinations. It makes complex geography super easy for your audience to digest. And it's incredibly adaptable across pretty much any travel niche. For road trips and touring routes, you can visualize paths and uncover hidden gems. If you're doing adventure and trekking routes, you can dynamically illustrate mountain trails, plug in exact elevation data, and mark camp points. For cultural and historical content, map out ancient pilgrimages, trade routes, or use fills to show different historical eras. And if you run an agency or marketing campaign, sending clients a dynamic animated map instead of a boring PDF itinerary is a proven way to drastically increase excitement and ultimately drive more bookings. So, big question here. With all this amazing power at your fingertips, how do you actually maximize viewer retention? How do you keep them watching until the very end? Well, the answer is in Section 5, multi-platform strategy. It's time to talk about sharing and scaling your content.
Because you've created this high-quality, visually engaging AI map, you can now slice it up for maximum reach. You can export dynamic 15 to 60-second short-form videos, perfectly optimized for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Reels. But you don't have to stop there. Build slide-by-slide carousel posts for Instagram or LinkedIn. Use static map overviews for your blog or Pinterest infographics. You can break the journey down into educational travel threads to enhance understanding on platforms like X. And of course, you can create conversion-focused content using CTAs and trial links for your clients.
Now, if you're itching to try this out, mapanimation.io has a free plan that is absolutely perfect for experimenting. You can create basic routes, use standard markers, and just get a feel for the workflow. But as your needs grow, their premium plans unlock the real heavy hitters. We're talking high-resolution exports, multiple layers for complex storytelling, interactive paths, and those absolutely essential commercial usage rights to scale up professionally. We've seen how AI can turn a simple text prompt into a cinematic cross-platform experience that saves you hours of grueling editing. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Will your next travel story be just another flat, static image that people scroll right past? Or will it be a pulsing, immersive journey that they truly experience alongside you? The tools are ready when you are. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see the dynamic worlds you map out next.